Hello viewers, this is Ayush Gupta and I will be reviewing the book The Old Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. So let's get started. So I will start with the quote by Winston Churchill which goes like, "Sure I am that this day we are masters of our fate, that the task which has been set before us is not above our strength, that its pangs and toils are not beyond our endurance. As long as we have faith in our own cause and an unconquerable will to win, victory will not be denied us." This book is a fable which teaches us very important moral lessons, which, if one inculcates in his life, might change his fortune. The book is divided into short chapters that are easy to read and digest. Each chapter provides a lesson or insight on topics such as mindfulness, self discipline, and living with purpose. The lessons are presented through parables, anecdotes, and quotes from famous thinkers and leaders. The book is less of a story or a tale, but most of the wisdom which author tries to put it through the conversation between the two characters. The book reflects indirectly about the diversity of India as well, where people from all over the world visits for acquiring a spiritual gain in their life by experiencing Indian cultures and traditions. Introducing characters. Julian Mantle. The book follows the story of a successful lawyer named Julian Mantle, who was very famous rich lawyer born in the Connecticut. He was being known for performing his tasks in his own way. He was a super legal tactician with a psychology of winning. He had gained all the materialistic possessions one could get through a career of litigator, owing from the big mansion to private jet and a shimmering red Ferrari resembling his rich lifestyle. Yogi Raman. Reaching high in the Himalayas, Julian finds Yogi Raman, who is one of the sages of Sivana. Julian encountered him as a man wearing red robe topped by dark blue hood, with a great skin complexion and bright eyes, resembling that he was so young even though he was not. He was one of the eldest sages of Sivana and also the leader of this group. He welcomed Julian to the valley where they used to live. It was Nirvana of Sivana. Throughout the book, Yogi Raman was the main player who shared wisdom of sages of Sivana to Julian with verbal sentences and practical experiences, which Julian again shared it with John. John, Julian's former law partner and a good friend, who had graduated from the same college of Julian's and got an invitation to be an associate in his firm. They both spent most of the time together working for a case, and therefore John becomes familiar of Julian's character. He soon realized that he needed to overwork with Julian, who is obsessed with solving cases. After seeing a vibrant change in Julian's life after he revisits him from India, he becomes inspired to follow his own spiritual path. Julian's expedition. When a tragic incident happened when Julian's little daughter was killed by a drunken driver, he started living in a great pain after that, which was the reason for his heart attack. Suffering from a heart attack, Julian headed off to India to find spiritual meaning in his life. Listening from many Indians about the Indian monks who resided in Kashmir, living more than 100 of years, Julian decided to know the philosophical idea behind it and wanted to inculcate it. Reaching to Kashmir, he meets an Indian monk who told him about the bunch of people called sages used to live in high in Himalayas, who have developed a technique to integrate mind, body, and soul. If he could reach that place, which is quite hard to reach, and most people have tried and failed and suffered great consequences of climbing the Himalayas, he will definitely find his destination he was searching for. Hearing this, Julian still decided to climb the Himalayas alone and without any help because he thought it was his own personal journey and he must go all through by himself. At last, after facing so much hardship and excitement, he finally met Yogi Raman handling a basket of flowers. Raman asked to promise him to share all the wisdom he learns to the people of West Side who are in great turmoil in the meaningless world. And Julian accepted to it. The Sages of Sivana. Sivana means the oasis. It is a small village made of roses high in the deep Himalayas where Julian had arrived. This village has a temple and huts where sages used to live. They are so much productive in this small village in religious activities, and they are very happy doing this as it was their obligation for life. All the sages, including men and women, were radiating positive energy from their body and smile as Julian encountered them. They look like they are beyond these worldly problems and living a good healthy lifestyle with healthy mindset. There were no competitions, all were cooperative, all were looking beautiful and unique in themselves, all were busy in performing rituals. This place appeared to be like paradise for Julian, and it was out of his imagination. Julian thought it is the right place for him to find his spiritual meaning in his life and to gain a holistic idea of living a fuller life. The main theme of this book lies in the seven virtues. That author condensed it in a mystical fable which goes like: there is a lush green garden filled with spectacular flowers. There is a tower at the end of this garden, Red Lighthouse. In the peaceful garden there enters a 9 foot tall sumo wrestler from the lighthouse, almost naked with a pink wire cable covering his private parts. As he wanders, he finds a stopwatch, he slips it on and falls. Awakening by the fragrance of yellow flowers, he jumps and finds himself to be at the edge of the path covered with diamonds. He walks onto this path, which leads him to everlasting joy and eternal bliss. Everything in this fable has meaning attached to the seven virtues given by sages of Sivana. Number 1. Cultivate your mind with positive thoughts. Our mind is like a garden as described in fable. If you are a gardener, then you ought to protect your garden from weeds and unwanted stuffs that consumes the nutrition of the soil and in return gives nothing. The same is the case with the mind. It is like garden. If you don't protect your mind from the thoughts you embrace it can lead to destruction of your mind in long run. Number 2. Find purpose of your life. The purpose of your life is life of purpose. It is small achievement that matters in the life that brings happiness and pushes you to move towards the right direction by taking the right decision. Number 3. Practice Kaizen. Kaizen is Japanese word meaning constant and never-ending improvement of mind, body and soul. It is practice that teaches you to push your limits. Yogi Raman said, and I quote, "The only limit of your life are those that you set yourself." One requires courage to remove fear from his mind, which is consuming energy. In the fable, sumo wrestler resemble this philosophy. Number 4. Live with discipline. In the fable, pink wire cable resembles this philosophy. To build a will of iron, it is essential to take small, tiny acts in tribute to virtue of personal discipline. Just like wire cable, which gains its strength because it has small strings of wire which collectively build up more strength. Discipline and willpower are two aspects that act like a compass for a mariner, said Julian. Without them, you will be lost and eventually drowned. Number 5. Respect your time. Time is one of the most important commodity. Very successful people have same time span in a day as others. The difference is that they know how to manage time and how can they be productive throughout a day. You must give importance to the more meaningful things over less meaningful things. This philosophy resembled by stopwatch in the fable. Number 6. Selflessly serve others. It means one needs to work with higher purpose to do more than an individual, to do for others. We are born here for a purpose which does not only fulfill the need of ourselves but also of others. Compassion and daily act of kindness makes life much richer. This is the fragrance of yellow flowers means. Kindness is like fragrance which gets attached when you serve others, like when you give flower to others. Number 7. Embrace the present. The path of diamond is what it means. Embrace the present. Stop worrying about the past and stop thinking about the future. The only moment which defines you is now, the present. Today is everything. Spread love, spread time with your loved ones, serve others, complete your to-do list, enjoy your solitude and be grateful to your parents who gave you such a beautiful life. Book critic. This book is praised by many big authors and journals like Paulo Coelho, Mark Victor Hansen's, Dottie Walters, The Times of India, The Economic Times, and many more. One of the strengths of the book is the way it presents complex ideas in a simple way and accessible way. The language is clear and straightforward, and the lessons are easily to apply in one's own life. The book is also visually appealing with illustrations and quotes presented in a visually striking way. Another strength of the book is the way it emphasizes the importance of taking care of oneself. The book presents a holistic approach to personal growth, emphasizing the importance of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. This message is particularly relevant in today's fast paced and stressful world. This book is best read for anyone who is finding himself to be in out of balance lifestyle and living in chaos and wants to fix it. To anyone who wants to become a business personalities and to embrace the leadership qualities. While reading the book, I find few concepts to be very meaningful, and I wrote it down so that I can put it in my lifestyle and habits. These are number one, the empty cup. When you keep your mind to get more and to learn more, you will never fail. There will never be mistakes but only learning and growing. Like an empty cup, if your mind is empty, you can put more content in it. Number two, power of simplicity. Living a simple life. Remove chaos, become more arranged, learn to say no, stop reading unwanted articles, stop being available all the time, stop being too nice to others, be more ruthless. Number three, well-being versus being well off. Well-being means being in a state of happy, healthy, and comfortable. That is positive attitude. While being well off means having enough financial wealth to fulfill your basic needs. These two are not the same, as money can never buy you a happiness. Number four, your dream book. Often we dream about what we want to become, but we don't give enough time to put it on the paper. Things which are put on the paper last longer than just dream about. So draw a picture of yourself, what you want to become in future, and take your daily actions accordingly. And at last, I would thank you for tuning in till last. Hope you like it. Do comment, share, and like the video if you feel so. Have a great day, and I hope you may inculcate any of the virtues in your life to improve more.